What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Series 6 of the Galar Goodbye Gauntlet. Today I have with me none other than Bauerdad himself. What's going on, dude?
Oh man, I'm so excited. I was thrilled when you reached out to me about this series, and while I can't imagine you had too much contention for the series 6 slot, I'm very excited to play it and I'm excited to be here with you doing this series.
So, this is my favorite series.
Yes,
Um,
thank you.
because it does something so unique that no other series did, and that's, have our ban list.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I really like limited power formats.
Hmm.
when they take things away, I enjoy it more, which is why I really
Yeah.
don't like restricted formats. Um,
Okay.
so as a result, because they just went, yeah, let's just cut this power level down even more. I'm just like, yeah, I'm all about it. Let's do it. And that's why
I
you get
totally agree.
some very unique teams in this format because there's just so many things that are just like, well, this should probably be Whimsicott, but it's not legal. And, well, we could play Tyranitar, and that'd be really good, but it's not legal. So it's just like, you see a lot of things that are very unique to this format, and I think that's really cool.
Yes, I totally agree.
So I guess, actually talking about the banned Pokemon, we should bring up, what is actually not allowed. So Series 6
Right.
was after the release of the Isle of Armor, before the release of the Crown Tundra. As a result, because we needed something between those two releases, Series 5 introduced all the Pokemon from the Isle of Armor, and then Series 6 said, alright, we're going to introduce this ban list, which consisted of the top 10 Pokemon from singles and doubles being banned in both formats, which is super unique. Like, the fact that we have Pokemon that are too good in singles, banned in doubles is really, interesting.
Yes,
Um,
completely.
so that list includes Venusaur, Gyarados, Porygon 2, Tyranitar, Torkoal, Hippowdon, Magnezone, Togekiss, Excadrill, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, Cinderace, Indeedee, and Dragapult. What's super cool about this is, Indeedee is banned because of Indeedee female, which,
Right.
is, obviously you can't ban half of a species. So, obviously that's a very good thing. Gyarados, Hippowdon, Mimikyu are basically all banned because of singles, as well as, Magnezone. So it's just
Yeah.
but what's interesting is what popped up in Series 5 was Urshifu. And Urshifu is technically right under that link. It was 11 in both formats. So it's like, yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't know why, man.
Oh,
Whew,
it's
that was a
so
tough one.
obnoxious. So, this is another format where, Colossal was really good because it got a
Mhm.
new, partner in Urshifu. You
Yes.
also have, Primarina, you have Azumarill, you have all these things that really are beneficial next to Colossal, which I feel like is going to be something we say for a while. Because it's been good for a while, and it's going to continue to be good.
Yes.
Um, and it's really interesting that nothing in that combination is banned. But, in hindsight, it probably should have, because it's really obnoxious. But, this is also my personal bias talking. I hate Colossal. I think it's stupid.
It's so frustrating to deal with. It really is.
It is one of those things that punishes people for not properly team building. And,
Mhm.
I think that's the simplest way to put it is,
Yeah.
it is, you need to be consciously aware of it every time you build a team. Otherwise, you're going to get just trashed by it.
Yeah. It's a very frustrating thing just in competitive games in general where you show up to the starting line, you see what resources your opponent has, and you know in your heart I've already lost. Like that's super frustrating to deal with in any game. And you're right, Cole is one of those things in Pokemon for sure.
You have a competitive TCG background. This is something that comes up a
I
lot
do.
there as well. When Carl and I played a lot of Magic, that was something that was very common. Is, well, I have a 90-10 matchup here. I'm not gonna like plan for it. I can't beat it anyway. If I run into it, I'm dead. And like I know that comes across in more than just Magic as well.
Yeah.
But it's
it's like the risk reward that we incorporate in, again, just in competitive games in general. Like there might be that team that you just automatically lose to, but it may not be a super common team. And sometimes in the team building process, like that's part of the risk. Like I lose against this meme that's going to show up 1 in every 200 games, and it's just like, if that happens, we just pray because we didn't build for it.
Exactly. It's like, well, I ran into this once. It was really good because I like was not prepared for it. That doesn't mean it's good. Like,
right.
I remember when we were building for Collinsville, I ran into G-Max Snorlax a lot, like in testing.
Ooh, okay.
And I told Carl, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I can't beat this ever. And so, like, then we started building with it and playing it, and it's just like, oh, this is like fine. Like, it when it's good, but like once you realize the weaknesses of playing it, you realize like what you're able to do in team building as well. And that's again just coming back to, if you're struggling with playing against something, play it. Like learn what's bad against it. And that is again something that we did a lot in TCGs is just, I keep losing to this. Why am I losing? And so then you go grind the deck for the next month, and you're like, oh yeah, this deck loses to just these things. I should play one of those if I'm worried about this.
Yep. I love the whole competitive game strategy.
It's very unique. And when tying that back into Pokemon, when you have, 1,000 Pokemon that are legal in a format, let's say, it's really hard to say, okay, well, I'm going to bring Pikachu this week because it's really good into all the flying types that are running around. I have speed advantage, blah, 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 whatever. Just like, you can, but is that really good? And, just the amount of things you have accessible to you in Pokemon is absolutely absurd, especially when you're looking at not only the Pokemon, but also then you have held items, you have various abilities, you have various attacks that are viable. Like, the complexity of Pokemon is absolutely absurd, and that's ignoring actual, like, stat building and EVs and everything, too. Like...
Yes, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. It's one of the reasons that I like the ban list so much, because just me as a person, I'm very anti-ban list in terms of competitive play. I think that people will always complain about the strongest things, but in like Pokemon, when there are so many tools at your disposal, I mean, I think we have us resources to beat the best and most common and most powerful strategies. But from a maintaining interest standpoint, I think the ban list was amazing because, like you said earlier, now we have so many unique things that people are using because not everyone is running a TED core. And that's not because I think the TED core is super oppressive. I just think it's interesting to see what happens without it.
Yeah. And, that's something that ties back to all the TCGs and everything as well. It's like, yes, you can have no ban list. That's fine. But in reality, for competitive play, it really does just balance things out by having them. And, like, for format diversity's sake, having them not only keeps people more interested, but, like, then, bannings and unbannings happen so many times a year. And, like, the format is constantly developing. Adding new cards in, banning cards that are obviously too powerful for the format. Like, it's constantly keeping the formats healthy.
Yes.
And when it's done good, it's fantastic. And I honestly think that for the first time that Pokemon has done this is a good list. I think it was executed well, and I would be very excited to see this happen more frequently. and just see what happens.
I agree. Haters stay mad. Put your comments down below.
Yeah, exactly. But do you want to plug anything before we get to the game today, bud?
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Just real quick, Bauerdad here. I stream Thursday nights on my Twitch channel. That's just Bauerdad. And outside of that, if you want to catch me on YouTube or Twitter or TikTok, as I know Carter likes to plug of mine.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Bauerdad VGC on those platforms. That's about what I got. That's
cool.
about what I got.
Cool. Then I think I'm ready to get to the games whenever you are, bud.
Ooh, all right. Gonna drop me the link code in chat.
For sure, for sure.
All right, I'll see you on the other side.
Sweet. All right, so as we're getting paired up here with Dad, I guess we can go ahead and talk about the team a little bit. I am playing my favorite Pokemon in this format is Porygon Z. I felt like coming into this format, it was very obvious that this is something I wanted to play again because I think not only was it very powerful in this format, I think it's like just genuinely very cool. And like it's something that you don't get to see in any other format. So we are Life Orb, Adaptability, PZ, plan on Dynamaxing that pretty much extensively depending on what he brings. To pair with that, we do have Talonflame for our Tailwind setter. We also have Brave Bird and Flare Blitz as well as Taunt. So like if need be, we can just kind of pressure our opponent by Dynamaxing Talonflame and having like priority airstreams, which is also something that you don't really see anywhere else. We also have Max Speed Focus Sash Amoonguss, which I'm super excited for. Because under Tailwind, we just like outspeed a bunch of things, can pressure them that way. Then Choice Band, Dark Urshifu, Choice Scarf, Dracovish, and Choice Specs Toxtricity, which I'm also really excited for. Dad also has Talonflame here, so that's cool. We're probably Weakness Policy Goodra next to Sylveon here, and like you could technically, okay, so Rotom and Luxray makes Toxtricity less appealing, as well as like Scizor. The fact that he has three resists and an immunity is really, really discrediting for Toxtricity, and I'm upset about that. But we do have Snarl, so like snarling down a Goodra could not be the worst thing. Dracovish under Tailwind probably goes hard. I think I want to do Amoonguss things up front here. He's probably Sap Sipper. I probably still need Amoonguss with PZ and Urshifu probably. Urshifu just punches things really hard. We do need to be aware of the Sylveon over there pressuring Urshifu. The fact that we are like Choice Band is going to be very important here. We do have Poison Jab for the Sylveon if we need to, but like priority Quick Attack to a 4x weakness is still going to do a lot. It's going to be Talonflame Rotom. Very cool. So unfortunately, I can't Spore the Rotom here, which is really what I'd like to do. But I could Dynamax. It seems absurdly aggressive on turn 1. I mean, I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. We can Airstream into his Talonflame, take away his, Yeah, I think I like this. I don't know if this is actually good, but we're doing it. Luxray's gonna come out. Oh, that's unfortunate. I should have thought about that. Like, now I'm Dynamaxing a -1 Talonflame, which is annoying. Like, I also think that's a pretty free switch. You're never gonna expect me to Spore into that slot. But like now Talonflame's use is pretty lackluster. We're gonna Rage Powder just in case he does try to attack. We do win the speed tie if there is one. Doing really good damage there. Even at -1, that does do a solid chunk. It's going to be a taunt into my Amoonguss. Okay. So now I feel pretty safe going for a Max Flare into the Luxray. And I kind of want to swap into Urshifu. No, that's probably really bad. Just in case he does go for like a Brave Bird into that slot. I think swap into PZ here's fine. We know there's a Rotom in the back. Amoonguss doesn't really line up well against it. But I think this is pretty okay. Now, our Talonflame is guaranteed to be the fastest thing on the field because of the Airstream boost. Max Flare into Luxray does just under half. I'll take that. I will take that all day. It is going to be a Tailwind, which I still have priority on mine, so we're fine there. There's a Volt Switch, that's also fine. His Talonflame's now faster than mine because I'm only at +1. Here comes Goodra. Okay, so no policy trigger here. We can go for an Airstream into the Talonflame. Try to get that speed boost. This is probably big Goodra, right? Like, this is probably just big Goodra. I don't think I want a Hyper Beam. I think I just want to Dark Pulse the Goodra slot in the event that he swaps. But I don't know why he would. I think Goodra's actually pretty good here offensively, as we do see the Dynamax come out from it. So if this is AV, like, it's gonna live every hit we possibly throw at it. Here comes the Flare Blitz, presumably up into PZ. His Sun boosted. That is just enough for a clean knockout, which might actually mean he goes down to Recoil. He actually doesn't. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, because I think I would have preferred that to go into Goodra after Recoil. This is a resisted hit. Maybe, like, if this is his plan, Toxtricity actually looks pretty okay. Yeah, we can go back into Amoonguss. We are Policy. This is Luxray coming out. We can put it to sleep. Like, I am Sash, so I'm guaranteed to live a hit. And I kind of want Talonflame to just go down here. I am currently +2, so I should be the fastest thing on the field. So I should be able to effectively set up Tailwind. And I think I want to Spore the Luxray. Just try to put it out of commission here. Which, this is actually okay, because if I do get my Tailwind up here, which I should, my Tailwind's going to last much longer than his, because he's not going to be able to reset it. So Max Wormwind into Talonflame. That is enough to knock me out. Oh no, Amoonguss's attack stat. I'm so upset. He's just going to go for a Thunder Wave. Okay. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Oh no, the end of the world! That's actually pretty bad. That's pretty not good. So I think I want to just get locked into Wicked Blow here. And we can Wicked Blow into the Luxray. Go for a Rage Powder here. Because, like, if he withdraws, Luxray goes back into Rotom. Punching it on the swap in is good. Rage Powder is going to redirect the hit into Goodra. If he goes for a Wormwind, I'm going to be able to ignore the stat drop because of Wicked Blow. I don't think we're in a very good position here, but we are definitely in a position. Back is kind of against the wall here. Okay, Wicked Blow is just going to be enough to take out the Luxray here, though, so that's good. Nice crit. Should probably just be a Wormwind. Yep. Which isn't even enough to put me to my Sash. So I actually get to preserve that info as well, which is very good. I bet Goodra's able to take a Wicked Blow. This is nasty plot Rotom. We're not looking too hot. I think I'm gonna punch the Goodra in its face. And we'll go for another Rage Powder here. I think Amungus's job this game is to keep hits away from Urshifu at this point. I really just need to see how much this does. Holy cow! Okay, hold on. Hold on! Oh! Okay. So that was pretty cool. I guess I should have punched the Rotom first. I kind of forgot that it doesn't get redirected. Alright, Amoonguss, your time has come, buddy. Yes! Yes! This match was wild from start to finish. I love it. Oh, that game was insane. Alright, game 2. Alright. So after watching that, I think I was very, very aggressive with my Dynamax for no reason, and that could have cost me. I do think Talonflame's good. I think Urshifu's absurd. Toxtricity might be better than I gave it credit for. I think Toxtricity might be better than I gave it credit for. I think Talonflame, Toxtricity, Urshifu... Do I want Amoonguss? Amoonguss is really good at keeping Urshifu healthy in the end game. But the problem is I don't have a Dynamax target if I do this, if I bring Amoonguss. Like, Toxtricity can probably Dynamax and be fine, but, like, losing my choice specs is really bad. I think I just want PZ. If he leads very similarly, where he's leading Talonflame, I think I'm going to go for the taunt and try to win the speed tie. Could be risky. Yeah, we are max speed. It's gonna be Sizzle or Luxray. What does this do? I could Tailwind. Could also just Flare Blitz this Scizor. It's gonna try to punch me. I think Tailwind is fine. This is absurdly aggressive, and I know it. I really want a Boom Burst. I think Overdrive is probably safer. If he swaps out Luxray, he does have double electric. Maybe Toxtricity isn't good. Okay, there's the Bullet Punch. That's fine. Probably a Volt Switch into that slot as well. Holy cow. Into my Tox. Okay. Okay. I mean, it did less than half to... Talonflame is faster. This is a single target overdrive at this point. I could max Darkness into the Goodra. If I do this, I lose my Dynamax or PZ. I think that's honestly fine. I think this is okay. We're going to find out a lot about this Goodra this turn, I think. So he still has priority on his Bullet Punch, but as long as it doesn't crit, it did less than half, so we should be able to live. Plus we get to see G-Max Toxtricity, which is always worth it. Getting the special defense drop is going to be useful on the Goodra for PZ to come in and try to Hyper Beam it down. There's the Dynamax on the Goodra, not really surprised by this. And like, worst case scenario, I still have Urshifu in the back to punch things in the face. So like, we're doing pretty okay. Like, Urshifu has a pretty positive matchup into everything not named Sylveon on his team. Bullet Punch by Toxtricity. Okay. Well, Flare Blitz is going to definitely chunk you. It's probably Choice Band Scizor if I was a betting man. I really, really would like this to be into Talonflame to take it out. That looks like Assault Vest if I've ever seen one. That was a crit. Holy cow. Talonflame? Dang. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. Guys, we're fine. Attack drop clearly does not matter. This is... I'm thinking this is Assault Vest Goodra. Like, just based on how little we did there, I really do think so. Here comes Luxray again. I would really like to Stun Shock here, but I would really, really like the Poison into Goodra. I mean, the Para into Goodra. I guess we just Brave Bird the Goodra. Like, I'm -2. And this is base 140. This is 130 plus stab. This is a resisted hit, though. 75 plus stab, so this is more damage. Yeah, we'll try to take the Luxray out here. We'll also drop the Goodra speed. We do so pitiful damage. That was also a -2, so like... Oof. Okay. Flare Blitz into the Luxray probably was a better play. Just take it out. I'm gonna reveal Citrus. Okay. Talonflame. Heck yeah. So Toxtricity's gonna get to stick around another turn. Downside. Oh yeah, Snarl. That's really bad. Okay. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. I'm gonna bring out PZ. Is Toxtricity faster than PZ? That's actually a really important question to note. 142, 133. I am not. I bet Dark Pulse is enough to KO the Luxray. I'm gonna Hyper Beam the Goodra. And we'll Max Strike the Luxray. Holy cow! What? What the heck was that? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I was not ready for that. We're at -1. This may not KO. Okay, that's unfortunate. Now he gets another Snarl off. But Toxtricity goes down. That's the part I care about. Because now I get to bring out Urshifu and punch things in their stupid faces. Tailwind is over, but they're also at -2 on the Luxray, and they're bringing out their last Pokemon. What do you got for me, Josh? It is Sylveon. That's so bad. That is so incredibly bad. I think I had to Sucker Punch the Luxray. PZ's at -1 already. I think I need to take out this Sylveon. Let's do it. Oh, he doesn't Quick Attack. Is he just Hyper Voicing then? Okay. Okay. He can't take out both of me this turn. Just goes for the T-Wave. But Urshifu is going to be able to clean this up. Perfect. Oh, this game was so cool. Porygon's so awesome. We didn't even Dynamax it. That's the worst part. I talked about how it's going to be our primary Dynamax target, and then neither game I Dynamaxed it. Nice crit. Urshifu crit every attack except for one. Granted, you know, he fired off like 3 Wicked Blows in game 1, but still. This match was absurdly fun. I missed this format so much. So that was kind of absurd.
I could not believe that my Goodra dropped to Hyper Beam.
Dude,
that was a huge surprise to me.
Same. Like, I understand it's, you know, a base 150 move. It's adaptability boosted. It's Life Orb boosted. You were at -1. And I'm just like, holy cow.
That was definitely not the consideration that I had made, was Max Darkness.
The worst part is like, after seeing how little Max Darkness did, it was like, oh, there's no way we picked this up. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I was feeling good after that Max Darkness. I was like, oh yeah, let's go.
We're fine, we're golden.
We're gonna be okay.
I really, I was Specs Toxtricity, so like I did lose my damage output while Dynamaxing.
Oh, okay.
And it was really unfortunate because Toxtricity wasn't faster than my PZ, because I really wanted, I was going for a Max Darkness. My original thought was I was going to Max Darkness your Luxray to then put your Goodra at -2 to be able to one-shot it.
Gotcha.
But after looking, PZ was still faster. Even though I'm modest and Toxtricity is timid.
Yeah.
I'm still faster by a pretty significant chunk. But holy cow. I even said in like talking about the team as we were connecting, I'm like, PZ is going to be my Dynamax target in both games. Like, I just know it is going to be my Dynamax target. And then it wasn't in either.
I was really surprised because one of the reasons that I like this team that I'm playing so much is it is without question the team that I've put the most care and feeding into, even before in-person events, before regionals, before anything. And my brother and I, we did grinding on the PZ matchup so much because it was really challenging. And I actually led game one. I led Talonflame Rotom Mo. That's actually my PZ lead because I have to Tailwind Light Screen in order to not just die.
Oh, sick! So what was your Rotom set?
So the Rotom set, I love it. I love it so much. It makes me very Sun Weak, but I don't care. I'm obsessed with it. So it's HP special attack. Those are the investments. It has Leaf Storm, Will-O-Wisp, Light Screen, and Ally Switch. But it's holding an eject pack.
Sick.
So then
I'm all for it.
Yeah, so then if I Leaf Storm, I get a pseudo U-turn, and it helps me with the PZ matchup because I can Tailwind to get my Light Screen, and then when Mo gets a speed reduction to presumably max strike, I get to get out of there and replace it with something else.
Yeah, it's insane. I was not ready for in like game one, I don't know if you could tell, but I was choice banned Urshifu. I actually had all three choice items. I was banned on Urshifu, Scarf on Dracovic, and then Specs on Toxtricity.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, this seems really cool. Huge shout outs to Alex Soto for putting this together. Yeah, I stole it off of Victory Road. It's actually I think the only Series 6 team that's on there.
Oh, that's so funny.
All right, cool. It's a PZ team. I'll take it.
Right? Yeah, there were two things loading up team preview. I'm like, there are two things I don't want to see. I don't want to see Sun teams, and I don't want to see PZ. And interestingly enough, like I had said, I was very prepared to fight a PZ lead. But I never saw PZ Amoonguss. It was always PZ Clef.
Yeah, for sure. And I like talking about it. I'm like, this is really cool because Talonflame gets Gale Wings boosted airstreams. So like,
yes.
I'm going to be able to fire that off. Like, sure, you can do your Tailwind thing, but like, I'm also max speed Amoonguss.
Oh, you were Turbo Shroom? You monster. You monster.
But I'm Sash Turbo Shroom. So like, and I'm just like, man, this is great. And so, I Dynamax turn 1. I'm just like, this is fine as long as he doesn't Dynamax the Rotom. We're fine. I get to put on a ton of pressure, break his Gale Wings immediately. Right. And like, then I'm going to be the fastest thing on the field. And then you switch into Luxray and go, oh yeah, I'm physical Talonflame. Like, oops.
It honestly didn't dawn on me because I had assumed that Talonflame would be physical, even though they're not all that way. Because I had just got done updating the moves on mine. I'm like, all right, I got Flare Blitz, I got Dual Wing Beat, and then I switch in Luxray, and you Dynamax, and I thought, awesome, that's great. But what if it's a special talent? But thankfully.
But what if?
Yeah. Once I saw the damage output, I thought, okay, I think that Intimidate was making a difference.
What item are you on your Talonflame? Are you
Goggles.
Sash?
No, I'm
Goggles. Interesting. See, I'm Sharp Beak.
Okay.
So like, also gives us that little more damage to our Brave Bird and everything else. So.
Oh yeah.
Talonflame really impressed me. Like, even the damage output that it was able to do at -1 while Dynamax, I'm just like, man, this thing kind of punches. Like, it did way more than I anticipated. Yeah.
Talonflame's cool, because are you max attack investment?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Because for some reason I have 252 speed on mine. I'm several months removed from this team, and I wonder if it was just for the purpose of outrunning other Talonflames.
Oh yeah, I'm jolly max attack. So Like,
Yeah.
just HP doesn't matter. We're gonna punch something. It'll be fine.
Right.
Were you banded on your Scizor?
I was.
Okay, cool.
And game 2, I really feel, because I actually timed out on my move select.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Because I was panicking because I figured, okay, Scizor will be good. I can put on some pressure because I expected, like, okay, maybe we'll see Talonflame again, but I can just hit the partner. So when I saw Talonflame and Toxtricity, I was like, yikes, this is so rough.
And the worst part is I really didn't like Toxtricity in the matchup. Like, looking at it, you have 2 electric types, you have a dragon, you have Scizor. It's just like, you resist everything I do. Like,
yeah.
And so
I was really surprised to see it. I was really surprised.
After game 1, I'm like, maybe this is better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I do have Specs Boom Burst, but it's really disappointing because I don't have a ghost to pair with it, so it's just like, I'm gonna blow up my partner. Because I seriously debated clicking it on turn 1. And then I'm like, nah, Overdrive is probably just better, because then I don't lose my PZ. I don't lose my Talonflame immediately.
Yes.
In hindsight, I kind of wanted Talonflame to go down, so I probably should have clicked it, and then I bring in, like, PZ, and I Dynamax my PZ, and, like, then we're off to the races, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been... Obviously, it turned out well.
Yeah,
Really, really glad that Rotom didn't have anything to threaten a Munkus.
It did not.
I did say at the end of game 1 that I should have targeted down the Rotom instead of the Goodra, because of the chance of, like, if I don't KO the Goodra, like, you can then just double into Urshifu or whatever and take me out.
Yeah.
Whereas if I take out the Rotom first, you don't ever get to attack Urshifu. You always have to attack into the Amoonguss. Because you so, like, after I did that, I'm like, oh yeah, you ignore this. Huh.
Yes.
This is really interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, this seems obviously very cool. Really glad I got to show off PZ once again. That damage output was absolutely absurd, and I was not ready for it.
Yes, neither was I. Neither was I. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, this is dude, this series is so fun. I really have enjoyed making this with everyone I've had on so far.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I wish I had put up a little bit more of a fight, but it's okay.
Nah, dude, it's fine. Every other match I've gotten completely bodied. So.
Oh, it's on the only one. Okay, all right.
It was you and Krebs are the only 2 I've actually beaten. And Krebs, man. I just made some really, really good reads, and that's how I won.
Okay, all right.
Like, every other match is just like, against Sheldon, he brought Colossal. I'm just like...
Of course he did.
Oh yeah, that's legal. Just like, well, I guess we're gonna dance around this as much as possible. And, like,
yes.
game 1, I did not lock in my team. Oh. So, like, yeah. Game 2, and, like, I ended up winning game 1.
Oh, okay. That's how you win. You just don't lock in your
game 2. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll be fine. He's not gonna lead Colossal, because why would he? We'll be fine. Just don't lead it. And he actually does. Wow. But he leads. It was like Prim plus Cole, and I led. I led something. I have that team pulled up still. Let's see. It was super cool.
Yeah.
It was I think I led Whimsicott plus Rotom. Heat.
Okay.
And so
alright.
I made the read that he wouldn't go for Aqua Jet immediately. Mm-hmm. And he would anticipate me swapping my Rotom out to, like, Gastrodon to threaten his Colt that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the read that he wouldn't go for it and instead target into my Rotom. So I stayed in with Rotom and blew up his Primarina so he couldn't proc his policy.
Oh my gosh.
And like it was obviously insane because like I instantly KO his Prim, and then like it still didn't matter. I got bodied. Like I made the sickest read of all time, and then I died anyway.
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that?
Yeah, it was great.
Like, I feel good about myself. Just kidding. We're still gonna.
We're like, oh yeah, we're still trash. Got it. But yeah, this has been fun, man. Before we get out of here, you wanna plug your stuff one more time?
I sure do, but before I plug my stuff, I just want to thank you before I go on my own stuff. Because,
anytime.
Like, I just when I right before I purchased Pokemon Sword and Shield, I had a small group of friends. They were like, "Hey, let's play this competitively," and I said, "All right, let's do it." And then about 2 weeks after I bought the game, they all just kind of fell off. And it was just me that was left. And I think
awesome.
A lot of people I know, right? I think a lot of people in the community that you have over at Little Root Lessons have a similar story as mine, where we would not have gotten into this. We would not have gotten into Pokemon. Some of us for the first time, some of us getting back into Pokemon, if it weren't for what you and Carl have built up at Little Root Lessons and just being so encouraging of new people and so inviting and helpful and entertaining. It's just a really, really excellent space that you have there. And I have you guys to thank for being so involved in Pokemon for the last couple of years and, you know, starting my own content creation. I mean, that all started because y'all had that place and I came and it was very exciting.
I really do appreciate it, man. Like,
right on.
I'm not gonna cry, I promise.
Oh, you're not gonna cry? Have I mentioned that you look lovely today, Carter?
You can't even see me.
Listen, don't break the immersion. I can see you. I can look at my Little Lessons merch. But honest to goodness, really, just the entirety of my Gen 8 Pokemon journey, like into content creation, like that all started with you guys, and I really appreciate it. I love y'all. I love the space that you have there. And thanks.
Dude, I am very glad to have the community we have. Right. It has been nothing but a treat, and you know, obviously we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So
good.
The future is bright.
I'll give myself a couple more plugs real quick. Again, I'm Bauerdad.
For sure.
I'm Bauerdad. You can find me on Twitch at Bauerdad every Thursday night. I stream various Pokemon-related content. We'll be back on it with more Scarlet and Violet when that comes out, of course. And then the other platforms you can find me on, Bauerdad VGC. That'll be YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Those are all the places you can find me. I'd love to see you there. And always, I'm sure Carter's going to talk about it, but if you're not in Little Root Lessons already, go join that community. If you didn't hear my awesome plug for it just now, it's a great place to be.
It really is awesome, man. Our community is fantastic, and I've met so many of my best friends because of it.
Right on.
And I, like obviously you were included in that group, and
Shucks.
I couldn't be more grateful for everything we have out of it. So I think on that emotional ending, it's time to get out of here.
Sounds good.
As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week with Series 7 and 9, because they're the same format. So have a good one, everyone. Peace.